Welcome to Padhaibook classes. In this video, we are not going to talk about some new topic or something like that. We're not going to learn any new concept or something like that, but we are going to talk about some very important thing in daily life of every one of us. That is stress. Believe it or not, every person nowadays is suffering from some form of stress or the other. Now, scientifically, we cannot as such measure stress for somebody. Now, you may say that I am more stressed than my friends, I am more stressed than my parents, I am more stressed than my children, but we can't concur any particular, we cannot draw any results for that. For that, there is no instrument for that. In this video, although we are still going to do an activity that is going to help you measure stress. Now, if you want to see this activity, then do watch this video till the end. And you need a page of paper and pen along with this activity. Alright, now without wasting any time, let's start with the definition of stress. What is stress? Stress is a type of a psychological pain. Small amount of stress is really good for you. It is beneficial and even healthy. Positive stress helps improve athletic performance. It also plays a factor in motivation. Now, a little bit of stress is really good for you. I mean, you may be motivated to achieve your goals. Remember, it is only good in very small amounts. It's not good in really large amounts. It helps you be more aware of your surroundings and how do you react to the surroundings. Although excessive amount of stress may lead to bodily harm. Too much stress is not a good thing. Stress can increase the risk of strokes, heart attacks, ulcers and mental illness. Nowadays we can see a lot of people going through strokes, heart attacks, ulcers and mental illness and ultimately depression. Now, depression is not just sadness. If you will look up to the study by WHO and all other online articles, you will find that depression is much more than that, and not many people are talking about it. It is a very serious disease. It is almost considered as a disease, and it is an extreme form of sadness. When you are sad for no reason at all and you are sad all the time, at least most of the time. Now, the reason for this depression is lots of stress. You are under lots of stress. Now, there is no way to see if somebody is stressed or not. If somebody is being really funny, that does not mean that he is not under stress, and if somebody is really quiet, that does not mean he is under stress. A person may or may not know about his own stress levels at all. We are going to do some activity that is going to help us measure this stress. So, keep up with us. Now, second thing that I want to make out clear here is this stress can be of two reasons mainly. As you can see in the last paragraph, stress can be for two reasons. Sometimes you create your stress for yourself. You create lot of stress for yourself where the world is really chill. World does not care what's going to happen and it's not putting any kind of stress on you, and you are the ones who are basically setting up unrealistic standards for yourself, maybe something imaginary, some sort of extreme form of anxiety, and that is causing you a lot of stress. So that is called self-induced stress. The second is the stress created by others. You are totally okay, you're not bothering anyone, and everybody is putting some sort of pressure, as you can see, discomfort that can be created. It can be, sometimes it can be a situation, sometimes it's not a person, it can be sometimes a very stressful situation. Sometimes maybe call from somebody you were not expecting, maybe an accident that you were just witnessed, maybe some video that you watched that you found really horrific, or maybe sometimes very minute details. Alright, now at this point I want you to bring a piece of paper, a blank sheet possibly, and a pen. Now I want you to write down yes or no for the test that we are going to, the stress test that we are going to start. You're supposed to say yes and no to these answers. Alright, remember that answers are not something, they are not basically right and wrong, they don't decide any kind of moral or something like that. They are basically subjective. It can be different for different people. In fact, I would stress, okay, there goes the word again. I would ask you to do this stress test and do this test again with your friend, with your best friend, or maybe your sister or your brother or your parents, and to find out if you get different scores. All right, share this test with different friends and family. All right, now without wasting any time, let's there will be probably 12 questions. You are supposed to answer yes and no to these answers. All right, well, let's start the test. The first question is that, do you worry about the future? Do you worry about the future? Write the answer to the first question in your paper. The next is, do you sometimes have trouble falling asleep? Do you sometimes have trouble falling asleep? The third question is, do you often reach for a cigarette, a drink, or a tranquilizer in order to reduce tension? Now, this can be any stimulator. It does not have to be cigarette, drink, or tranquilizer. It could be anything, any kind of your guilty pleasure that you only do just because you want to avoid something else, or maybe you just want to feel good about yourself. It could be anything, according to me. All right. The fourth question is, do you get irritated over basically insignificant matters? Do you get irritated over basically insignificant matters? Fifth question is, do you have less energy than you seem to need or would like to have? It means you have less energy than you want to have actually. Write an answer to all these questions, yes or no. In case you are missing this question, you can always rewind the video. The sixth question is, do you have too many things to do and not enough time to do them? Do you have too many things to do and not enough time to do them? Seventh question, do you often have headaches and stomach problems? Do you have headaches or stomach problems? And the eighth question is, do you feel pressure to accomplish or get things done? Do you feel the pressure to accomplish or get things done? Ninth is, are you very concerned about being either well liked or successful? Are you very concerned about being either well liked or successful? 10th question is, do you perform well enough in life to satisfy yourself? Do you perform well enough in life to satisfy yourself? 11th question is, do you get satisfaction from the small joys or simple pleasures of life? 12th question is, are you able to really relax and have fun? 12th question is, are you able to relax and have fun? Now, here's the answer sheet. Now check if you have given yes to the questions from 1 to 9. And if you are given yes to these answers, then you give 1 point to each question. Suppose if all your 9 questions are yes, then you get 9 points. And then in question 10 and in 12, 11 and 12, if you give the answer no, then also you give 1 point each. Now in total, now add these two numbers. Now if your result is more than 4 out of 12, then you are having stress. On a scale of 1 to 12, this is your stress level. Now this video was just about measuring your stress. We are soon going to upload a video that is going to help you manage this stress and maybe even reduce it permanently. So if you like this test and if you don't like your score, if you want to see anything more positive, you can share this stress test video with your friends as much as you can. And I want every one of you who is watching this video to mention your score in the comment section. All right, thank you for watching this video.